I have been pacing my living room all morning thinking about this team, and honestly, it feels like we are standing on the edge of something special with these Chicago Bears. A major update just dropped regarding Caleb Williams that has some of the biggest names in the league scratching their heads in disbelief. It is not just about the highlight reels we keep watching on repeat, it is about the elite company he is keeping after his latest performance. The implications for our upcoming season are massive, and the details coming to light are impossible to ignore. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop your name and city in the comments, then let us dive right in. Bear down! Caleb Williams is officially drawing high-level praise from the legends of the game as Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford recently went on the Ross Tucker podcast to marvel at our franchise signal caller. Since arriving as the first overall pick and taking the reins of this team, Williams has captivated us with a unique ability to play out of structure that feels like pure video game magic. We have watched him transform from a hyped rookie into a genuine clutch performer under the guidance of head coach Ben Johnson, culminating in a spectacular sophomore campaign where he delivered 6 fourth-quarter comebacks. That performance put him in the company of NFL greats like Peyton Manning and John Elway, cementing his status as the undisputed leader of this offense. During the podcast, Stafford vividly recalled our divisional playoff matchup, describing how Williams retreated to the 50-yard line before launching an NFL blitz-style jump pass to Cole Kmet for a critical touchdown. Stafford admitted he was stunned, asking himself, "What the hell is this?" while watching the play unfold in real time. And honestly, hearing that kind of genuine awe from a veteran like Stafford makes us feel validated in our belief that we have found our guy. Here is where it gets interesting, as critics argue that this comeback success is unsustainable or a sign of regression. Let's be real, while repeating that level of chaos is rare, the history of quarterbacks reaching 6 fourth-quarter comebacks in a single season is almost exclusively populated by future Hall of Fame talents. That matters because it proves that Williams has the mental makeup to perform when the pressure is at its absolute peak. As Chicago Bears fans, we have spent years waiting for a true franchise savior, and Caleb Williams has finally delivered that hope after a meteoric rise under head coach Ben Johnson. This moment was manufactured by a front office that finally prioritized protecting our young star with a high-end offensive line, allowing him to stay healthy for all 17 games in 2025. He did not suffer any major injuries, which meant his development trajectory never stalled like so many Bears signal callers of the past. Here is where it gets interesting because those 6 fourth-quarter comebacks are not just lucky breaks. They represent a historical anomaly that mimics the early brilliance of Peyton Manning, who also transformed a struggling team into a winner by his second year. That matters because the last time we saw a quarterback with this kind of poise, it led to a decade of dominance. And honestly, while critics claim this team will regress, the reality is that elite quarterbacking is rarely a fluke. Behind closed doors, Ben Johnson and the coaching staff are likely thrilled by this composure, knowing that Williams has already surpassed the mental hurdles that typically break young players. They are likely planning to lean into his improvisation skills rather than reining him in, trusting that his ability to make NFL blitz-style plays is exactly what separates him from the pack. Let's be real, the front office is already looking at long-term extensions to secure him before the market resets, knowing he is the cornerstone of our future. Now here's the thing about this progression. History proves that players who achieve this level of late-game success at age 24 rarely fade away. If our team continues this trend, we are staring at a decade of contention that finally changes the narrative of this storied franchise. Bear down! As Chicago Bears fans, we are watching something special, and Matthew Stafford confirming that Caleb Williams is a unique headache for defenses is exactly what we needed to hear. That matters because it validates that our quarterback is not just lucky, but fundamentally elite. This reality shifts our internal calculus regarding the roster, as the front office now prioritizes building around a proven closer rather than hunting for a potential star. We are shifting salary cap resources toward offensive line stability and veteran receiver depth to capitalize on this championship window. Let's be real, having a signal caller who thrives in the chaos of fourth-quarter pressure changes everything for HC Ben Johnson. Here is where it gets interesting regarding our schedule, specifically when we face Nolan Teasley and the Vikings, as we no longer have to play conservatively late in games. We now have a massive psychological edge in those divisional dogfights. And honestly, this shifts our entire standing within the NFC North, moving us from a team fighting for a wildcard spot to a legitimate division title contender. When you compare our trajectory to the rest of the league, we are suddenly the squad nobody wants to face in January because we can manufacture points when the game is on the line. Now, here is the thing. While skeptics claim we will regress, the historical company Caleb keeps among those with 6 fourth-quarter comebacks suggests we are just scratching the surface of his potential greatness. We are no longer the team that folds under pressure, but the team that dictates it until the final whistle. As we prepare for the upcoming season, the confidence radiating from the locker room is palpable, and for the first time in a long time, the path to the Super Bowl feels like it actually runs through our city. Bear down. On one side, the argument for Caleb Williams is that he has already cemented himself among the legends by posting 6 fourth-quarter comebacks in his second season. Only elite quarterbacks like Peyton Manning and John Elway have achieved this rare feat at such a young age, proving that our franchise quarterback possesses the rare clutch gene necessary to carry this team to a championship. That matters because it indicates Williams is not just a flashy playmaker, but a cold-blooded winner who thrives when the pressure is at its peak. But on the other side, skeptics argue that relying on late-game heroics is unsustainable and a sign that the offense is failing to put games away early. They worry that Ben Johnson will see a regression if we continue to play with fire, fearing that the league will eventually adjust to the off-platform jump throws that left even Matthew Stafford in absolute disbelief. Here is where it gets interesting, as NFL analysts and veterans across the league are literally struggling to find words for what they are seeing from the kid. When guys like Stafford and Derek Carr publicly shower Caleb with this level of respect, it confirms that he is already feared by the greatest competitors in the game. Let us be real, the sheer frequency of these high-stakes situations is not a coincidence. It is a testament to his unique ability to turn chaos into victory. Personally, I think the obsession with whether he can replicate this stat line is missing the point entirely because we are watching a generational talent grow in real time. Whether he hits 6 comebacks or 10 next year does not change the fact that we finally have a quarterback who refuses to lose. As Chicago Bears fans, seeing legends like Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady marvel at Caleb Williams brings a sense of validation we have rarely felt in this city. And honestly, when you look at the company Williams is keeping on that fourth-quarter comeback list, it suggests the franchise is finally on the right trajectory for a sustained championship window. That matters because success at this level is rarely accidental, and being grouped with icons like Peyton Manning and John Elway proves he has the mental makeup to elevate everyone around him under Ben Johnson. Here is where it gets interesting because the national media keeps whispering that we are due for a regression. But let's be real, history shows that guys who pull off these heroics in their second year typically become the faces of the league. We should be absolutely thrilled and brimming with confidence heading into this season, not because we expect him to replicate 6 comebacks every single year, but because we know he possesses the rare, supernatural ability to manufacture points when everything else breaks down. Now here is the thing, having a signal caller who can launch NFL blitz-style magic throws keeps every opponent on their heels, creating a massive tactical advantage for our coaching staff. It provides a massive cushion for our development, meaning this team is built to compete for titles right now rather than years down the road. It is time to embrace the hype and expect dominance from our quarterback. I have to ask, do you think Caleb Williams will surpass his 2025 total of 6 fourth-quarter comebacks this upcoming season? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Bear down. I'll see you in the next one.